Oh, well, hey guys, it's Thorzax, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of my channel update. And first things first, I got a surprising, wonderful gift. Yes, you guessed him, Mr. Bacon. Yes, Mr. Bacon. And he sent me these powder coated 230 grain flat nose. Now he sent me about 100 of them, and what I'm doing right now is that I have 50 of these drying right now. I rooster jacketed them, and then I have 50 of them that are just powder coated. Almost Elvis ammo there. But I'm going to load these with 4.6 to 4.8 grains of bullseye in the 45. I'll just load them up on the Dillon press. I already have it set up. And I'm going to load those up and get those ready to go, and I'll have a range session where I'm going to go ahead and fire those out of my Springfield Armory range officer pistol and see how that works. So another update that I have done is that I've gotten a new Gaiman rear sight for the K31. Alright, that has 1x magnification, and it also has a section here that is for stigmatisms, people who have stigmatisms. So you can adjust the alignment of the two so that it brings it into focus better. So this is going to be a job in itself too, because I have to figure out how this works and how it affects my shooting. So we got that to do. It's not as easy as this. This is just an adjustable iris that just opens and shuts. It doesn't have any magnification or anything to it at all. So this is the one that came from Swiss Products. So anyway, yeah, I picked these. I picked this up from Champion's Choice. If you guys, need anything like that, just go see those guys at Champion's Choice. It's just they're wonderful, great people. Okay, speaking of Champions now. Put this back. All right. I received an email from FedEx, and guess what happened, guys? The 629 is back from Clark, and I'll go ahead and show you guys here on the invoice. This is basically what I've had done. As you can see, cut and remove crown, cut and recrown, remove the compensator. Got the action job done, the trigger smooth action job. They lightened, the single stage and double stage action pole, smoothed and radiused the trigger, and installed over travel screw. And so here you go. This, where's that? Okay, get my little pointer stick here. The over travel screw is right there. I don't know if you guys can see that and bring it in focus, but you see the over travel screw is right there. And they did a wonderful job on the trigger itself. They smoothed that baby right out. That is smooth as you could ever imagine. They went ahead and they finished the job with taking the compensator off. They recrowned it, as you can see. They didn't have much material to work with at the end here because of the way that Smith & Wesson had cut that compensator in. But I'm glad that it's gone now. I'm glad that I did this, because now I don't have to worry about, cleaning the compensator out, or lead collecting around the crown, ruining my accuracy. So the pistol now is in shape for the way that I wanted to shoot it. As far as the single action pull, these are snap caps, by the way. These are just snap caps. I strongly suggest you guys get these if you dry fire, but I mean, that baby is right in there. And also the double action. That is smooth as silk. All it needs is a winged front sight, and guess what? You got a PPC 44 Magnum. Speaking of PPC guns, now that you've seen that, I brought the Bill Davis gun down, as you can see, to get an idea how big this 38 Special is. Same size, end frame. So it's a big gun. But look at what Bill Davis did. He also polished this out. And one thing about this pistol is that snap caps. Putting some snap caps in there. Okay, there's no loaded ammo. Okay. With the over travel on this pistol, there isn't any. So that's the reason why it doesn't have an over travel. There is no over travel in that. I mean, that's it. And the double action is as smooth as silk. Not much has changed since the days that this gun was built up until the day that I had this gun done for me. One thing about the over travel, I want to just kind of go into a little small detail here with the over travel. What the over travel does is it stops the trigger at the point that the hammer falls, but also what it does is it keeps the internal mechanisms from mashing on each other. In other words, when you pull the trigger and you pull it all the way to the rear, okay, that stops any more action from going on in here past the point that the hammer fell. So you can run into a situation where pulling it past that point causes wear to the internal mechanism, and what happens is that your trigger starts to get real sloppy. And so having a over travel screw is more towards not just giving you the same trigger pull every time, but also in the maintenance of the internal mechanism, preserving that. So it's kind of one of those things. It's like a 45 ACP. If you take a 45 and you rack the slide to the rear, okay, and and the hammer falls a little bit, as when the slide goes into battery, what happens is that a small divot starts to wear on your sear, and then you start feeling that on the trigger. That's why it's so important that you have a pistol smith who knows what he's doing do the trigger job on a 45, because it can't have that hammering of the sear. And even with the over travel being installed on the 45, that still doesn't stop the wear from happening, because the hammer is being kicked back from the slide, and fitting needs to be taking place there. So anyway, that kind of went into a little more detail than I was willing to share today, because today was just going to be a little update on what I got going on. The K31, I've got a bunch of rounds loaded for that with IMR 4320. I loaded up some 178 grain ELD match bullets. I also have the ones that I Berdan primed, and those are loaded with 168s. I want to put a very special, thank you to Loads of Bacon. I mean, very thankful for, his friendship. I wish him a Merry Christmas to him and his family. can't say enough good about the guy, you know. And even, you know, like Fortune Cookie, you know, I want to extend a Merry Christmas to him too. I mean, he just got done doing a video that's pretty interesting about, you know, accuracy versus powder coated bullets versus traditionally lubed. So if you haven't watched that's a good one to watch. Excuse me. What else? Oh, Elvis ammo, Johnny's reloading bench, Full Lead Taco, the Reloader Dude, and all my subscribers. You know, the Kentucky Patriot. All you guys have a very Merry Christmas. And, you know, I hope that the new year rolls in and all you guys have is joy and peace in your life. And that brings it in 2018. And I really mean that. So, we'll be taking this out, shooting it. And I got to load some ammo for it. And I'm going to get this mounted, get it sighted in, which I might end up having to buy a new front sight. I don't know. And I think that's about it. Oh, and the 45. So, I'll be checking back in with you guys soon. And you guys have a good night. And this is Thorzax, and I'm checking out.